All right, so now for our inputs and outputs. Now you guys just messed around with turning the suction cup on and the gripper on, all right, which is all well and good. But we are going to now try to actually turn them on from the robot because we were just like, shorting them out, just positive and whatnot. Obviously, I'm not going to have you guys just sitting there while the program's running all day, just plugging things in and out. I mean, that would be fun, but that would get boring real quick is what it comes down to. So on that top leftmost menu again on the Teach Pendant, you can go ahead and click that, and then you can go to Inputs and Outputs. All right, now it's probably going to pop up most common, and it may or may not actually show you anything. So in the bottom right corner, it says View. We're going to go ahead and start with Digital Outputs. And oh, I only have 3. You guys should have a whole list. All right. Now, you went into terminals, I believe I called them 6 and 7. Now, in PLC world, we start at 0, which is why I labeled them 0 through 7. I think in your robots, they're 1 through 8. So if you go ahead and try to find output 8, all right, and it's going to be labeled slightly different on both of your guys' things, which is rather annoying. You should be able to click on it, and then there's at the bottom, it says 0 and 1, so you can actually turn them on and off that way. All right, so you guys found the 1s and 0s down here at the bottom of the screen, so you can now turn them on and off. Fair warning, you guys wired them backwards, so 1's 8 is vacuum, and the other 8's is gripper. Shouldn't be a problem because I'm not going to have you guys switching robots throughout the semester, but just be aware of that. All right, which is it doesn't matter. All right, now let's go ahead to the inputs. So go ahead and do View and then Digital Inputs. I don't have any because I don't have inputs. I'm on my virtual machine. But now you should be able to go find inputs 1, 2, and 3, and you should be able to push the buttons, and you should be able to see 1, 2, and 3 actually become 1s. So now that you know how to manually trigger these things, obviously it'd be nice to just be able to press one of those shortcut buttons on the Teach Pendant, right? That would be pretty sweet. So what we're going to do, what's the shortcut again? The 4 lines. Yeah, those top 4 buttons. So you're going to go ahead to Menu and then go to Control Panel. And then you're going to select Prog Keys. Menu, Control Panel, Menu, Control Panel, Prog Keys, P-R-O-G keys. All right, and hopefully you have something that looks like what I have up on the screen. This is why I said, if you use the other side of that, you'll be much happier. Yeah, it's just a much finer point. I mean, yeah, that's meant for your cell phone screen, the fuzzy bumper thing. All right, so now you should see key 1, 2, 3, 4 across the top, and we're gonna say output. We're gonna set to 1 when the key's pressed, and then you're gonna go find your digital output from the list that you want to be turned on when you press button 1. So that would be output 7 or 8. Yeah, not the inputs, the output. And then go to key 2 and do the same thing for a different one. All right, so if you set it to make it set to 1, it will always go to a 1. So if you actually want to be able to toggle your output on and off, you really should set this to toggle. Your other option is you could use key 1 to turn it on, and then key 2, 3, or 4 to turn it off. So that way, turn the vacuum on would be press key 1, turn the vacuum off would be pressed key 2, and you would have set this one to 1, and then you'd have this one set to 0. So you could toggle on and off that way. That's really your choice or preference. Which one do you want to be able to do? You also have allow in auto mode. So will this actually change things if the robot is running itself? So again, having a yes or no there is your own personal preference of which one do you want it to be able to do. I always make it happen because if the robot's running an auto mode and no one's touching the Teach Pendant, it doesn't matter. If it is, I probably won't be able to change things. So I like auto mode personally. All right, so that's our inputs and outputs for the robot.